Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure in the Knuckles and the Tree. Yes, today we're doing the two-parter episode, or if you watch on Disney Plus, the two episodes that make up a story, Rapunzel and the Great Tree. So yeah, this is one of the major, like all the two-parters we've seen in the show up until this point. Obviously, this is a particularly big, plot-heavy episode where quite a lot of important stuff happens that will linger throughout the entire show. This episode is very special because being a two-parter important episode, they got Alan Menken to make some new songs, and this episode is very important for one particular reason. There's a song in this episode that finally won Alan Menken a Daytime Emmy Award for Best Original Song.
For those who don't know, he had pretty much almost every other major award in media, except for an Emmy up till this point.
Yeah, here's the thing, and I looked this up before we started this. Thanks to this episode, he became an EGOT. For those who don't know, EGOT stands for Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony. For those who don't know, Tonys are the Oscars of Broadway. He also, back in when he made the live-action movie for Disney called Newsies.
The one Christian Bale.
Yeah, and he did the songs for that movie, and guess what? He won a Razzie for one of them.
Yes, now the collection really is complete.
He got her, I guess.
Yeah, so that means that he is not just an EGOT, and apparently this term is a thing. According to my research, he's also a REGOT, because yes, apparently he's one of eight. He's only one of 8 people who are EGOTs, and he's one of the only 2 people who are REGOTs. The other is Liza Minnelli.
So
what an accomplishment.
Wait, I'm curious. Did he actually show up in person to receive his Razzie?
I do not know. Were the Razzies even streamed or aired on TV at that point in 1983? I don't think so.
It was earlier actually in their career. Well, they started, so I'm not entirely sure. It was a local thing. But what is this? Should we actually get to see what this episode is about?
Yes, Rapunzel and the Great Tree. This is an episode where there's a great tree in it. That's the basic.
The Great Deku Tree.
Get the Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, great! So does that mean that the Great Deku Tree is going to stay with its mouth open the rest of the game?
Well, to be fair, he was
as
dead.
long as there are no giant spiders, I'm fine.
All right. You already know how this is, everybody. Start right before the opening credits with the song. So 3, 2, 1, click.
So, I wonder, what could make an episode of Tangled so grand that it finally won Menken the Emmy?
Oh, you'll see. Well, you probably have seen.
I have seen, but I don't quite remember as much this episode. So
well, the song is just like it's an Alan Menken classic. Like he definitely brought his A game for this particular episode.
Basically, seeing this episode in action should refresh my memory. Oh, previously on.
Again, this is a bit on the, on the halfway point side, a bit later than that. So a recap of what has happened so far. The major key point is, is best to, because remember Rapunzel has obtained a couple of pieces of the scroll. So, and yes, we have seen the fact that Bruce Campbell was a king. Mm-hmm. Oh, look, Bruce Campbell had someone to stop his right hand. Never seen that before.
I wonder if that was legit a reference.
And we even get a flashback to the legend of Zahn Tiri and
Season 1,
the hero that stopped him. Again, I'm sure it's not important.
For those who forgot. Yeah.
I also noticed that in the spur, one of the treasures was actually Yancy's hat. How did it got there is beyond me.
$25 years ago.
Go. There's got to be a better way. Oh, and who you might be.
I can't wait for the king to die. I'm just gonna kill him sooner.
We have Gaston's, wilderness addicted cousin, complete with attack beavers.
I think those are badgers.
Even worse.
Present day.
Oh, did you get on the bad side of a badger? Those things can really put up a
Badgers,
fight.
I know that badgers are slightly carnivores, they eat small animals, birds, and worms and stuff, but I don't remember them being particularly aggressive.
Oh, they can be.
Like honey badgers, yes, I know the myths, but regular ones, not so much.
Oh, honey badgers don't give a gaff because their skin is just that tough.
Poor squirrel cannot play with his nuts.
Yeah. They'll get cocky.
Oh, God. Psychological warfare.
Look, that's not cool, honey. Come on.
I would just like to remind, since there was a thing that I mentioned also in season 1, that this show, with these few moments, technically have more accurate, references to the original Spirit Stalin vs. Tomorrow movie than the actual Speed Riding 3 series. And no, I'm not letting that go.
Honestly, it deserves all the dunking for that.
Don't worry, Tail. Soon.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah. Oh my God! It's the Lion King tree.
It looks more like.
Is this where Rafiki lives? I guess.
It looks more like that. It looks more like that dry sapling tree from Minas Tirith.
It's a bit bigger for that. The one on Minas Tirith was really a small Malorn.
Honestly, it reminds me more of the great tree from that Sailor Moon filler arc.
Uh-huh. Sure. Sure. I remember there was a variant that involved something for Star Trek. I forgot which specific. First world problems.
Aw, she's growing up.
Well, remember, they kind of have a older sister, younger sister dynamic.
Oh, now that's actually something a bit more dangerous.
Oh, a rhino.
Rhino.
All right, Eugene, go ahead. Peacekeep.
You know, that guy looks the exact same as he did 25 years ago.
He has aged gracefully.
Also.
What kind of, nature-filled diet did he? Did he consistently eat just honey and that prolonged his life? I guess.
No, I got it. You know those black spikes? He somehow managed to peel. He managed to rip one off, juice it, and drink it, and get you eternal life.
Priorities wrap. Yeah, priorities wraps.
We'll Roadrunner it. Oh, the carrots can do that now.
It'll be fine.
There will be some modification after the island arc, I guess.
Let me guess, just in case of a moment like this.
You know, it kind of reminds me a bit of the bat transformations from the Dark Knight series, and even in the Tim
Maybe
Burton
they did.
movies.
Well, John, maybe they did a thing like with Batman in between Batman Begins and Dark Knight, where like,
Oh, no.
I'm going to rebuild Windmatter exactly like it was, and Alfred's like, well, would be a good opportunity to improve upon the foundations. So maybe that's what they did when they rebuilt this.
Hey, I remember this scene from Lone Ranger. Oh, wait a minute.
Please elaborate.
I don't think he's going to.
Amazing. Oh, thanks, Two-Face.
No, she's probably going to be like a she's like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire lifeline. Surely she hasn't got that much left.
We can talk about this later.
Looks like he wants to kill
we're a bit,
you.
you know, hurried at the moment. Yeah.
And he was like, I'm a little busy right now.
If you believe in yourself, you will make it. What?
And he died.
Yeah, it's like, I can't believe it actually did that.
Huh. Carrots looks surprisingly intact.
Hang out.
Very funny. Sure, Lance,
Sure
sure.
he did. Sure he did.
You need to seriously work on your pickup line, Lance.
You know, a bit of charisma wouldn't hurt Cassandra.
Rapunzel's the diplomat, whereas Cass is the warrior.
I mean, just because you're a warrior doesn't mean you don't occasionally think. Well, in a role-playing anyway.
I don't think it's so much. It's more so that Cass is not particularly good at dealing
And
with
she's
people
not
properly.
trusting Adira still.
Because I planted it. Oh.
She did kind of save your sixes back there.
That is true, but at the same time, I can also understand her side in how going through the guy who just tried to kill us as
Blindly.
turf might not necessarily sound like a good idea on paper either.
It's kind of to beg the question, are there no alternative routes?
Well, to be fair, most of this area is unexplored, so completely strange to the people from Corona. So
Oh my god, it is like the Great
The
Deku Tree.
whimsy.
Especially since you are on his home turf. That would have been embarrassing if you literally just rushed off to your doom like that.
Come on, Cass, stay focused.
This reminds me of Pooh's Great Adventure.
Do you mean the search for Christopher Robin?
Yes.
He's been kidnapped by the Backson.
Well, that was
wrong
a bit
movie.
different. Avoid that some similar beats. Oh, there's Zahn Tiri.
Which is translation for there is totally an evil spirit roaming in there.
Time for backstory.
I don't think Cassandra likes this woman very much.
You think? Chernobog's green-filled cousin.
Holy crap, it really is the evil tree from the Sailor Moon filler arc.
When they defeated it, it teleported itself here.
The ultimate evil. Basically cursed into a tree. That's Aku's backstory from Samurai Jack.
It's a very common plot device. You can also potentially mention Exus
Yeah.
from fucking Fern Gully.
Yeah, there's actually quite a lot of...
Or
that
X
particular-
Final Fantasy V.
Yeah, that particular plotline is actually very common in high fantasy.
Huh.
Well, she's technically not... Okay.
She's
okay.
right.
Okay, to Cass's credit, Adira's not exactly the most, adept at talking to people either, clearly.
Admittedly, though, Adira is right, though.
Yeah, but she didn't need to say it like that, though.
I think the problem is that Cass really has not been giving Adira that much of a breath, and Adira definitely likes to guard against those who clearly are not
And there
polite.
goes the carriage.
Again.
Fooled
Here's the-
you.
They've lost this carriage more often than they've lost watches.
I thought you were going to say more than the Star Trek team loses the Enterprise in Next
Pretty much.
Generation.
That should get destroyed in every 2 movies, basically.
I don't know, Lance. Somehow Adira doesn't come across as the flower, girl who likes receiving flowers.
Hey, let's not assume just
I think
because...
I think it's more, it's more appropriate what Azura's teacher says in Azura's Wrath. Fight, be with beautiful woman, fight with beautiful woman.
Hey, look, just because she's tough and swashbuckling doesn't mean she doesn't still enjoy flowers. Oh boy.
How do you cheat playing rock, paper, scissors?
He
used
pretended that
karate
paper
chop.
was karate chopping, apparently, Shiroi. Don't ask her.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
shit.
You were too busy picking flowers.
Don't tell me. The tree's moving and we can't find out where we last came from.
Interesting room.
Shut up.
Where's Donkey? Hey,
Oh.
look at that. It's a copy of a scroll.
It's all coming together. Hey, that's the
from
song.
the movie. There you go, the origin of the healing song, everybody.
Maybe there's more to it then.
But what exactly does the... Okay, so that's the sun song. What about the moon, though?
Oh,
Hello.
Oh no.
I'm getting Prometheus flashbacks. At least these are not scientists.
Okay, Shira, so which tree is worse? This tree or the evil tree from Sailor Moon?
Hmm.
Oh,
Uh,
oh no.
Yeah, and here's the first of the two songs in this two-parter.
maybe this.
Wait, there's just 2 songs? I thought there were like 3 or 4 songs in this 2-parter.
Well, the two-parters up until this point in this show have always had 2 songs in them.
If I recall correct... Okay, granted, I don't know where the 2 episodes divide, but if...
For example, the two-parter at the beginning of this season had 2 songs. The Next Stop Anywhere and that ballad between Eugene and Rapunzel, for example.
That said, if I recall correctly where these 2 episodes ought to divide, then that would mean we're going to get both songs in the first half, then.
I think they're friends, but I'm not quite sure.
They're friends who are high. I mean, leave it to an evil tree to bring on a fever dream that spawns a song.
Well,
I just
friendship.
I just hope that this doesn't turn into those drugs adverts you get here in the UK. Basically, there's one where there's a woman who loses her balloon, and then this guy who's high on drugs climbs up, and he has the imagination that he's a superhero, jumps from building to building, but then falls to his death.
What the fuck is wrong?
I don't think the
with that?
tree counted on the spontaneous musical number.
I gotta remind you, dude, so just remind you of stuff like that Canadian ad about the rape whistle. Like, what is wrong with the Commonwealth's ads?
Hell, you should see that Australian advert about those kids that go to a beach and skip school, they get blown up.
This is fine.
And they died.
And they died.
It's a level of Crash Bandicoot. It's not fine.
Oh, believe it or not, things are about to get worse, though.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I wonder.
If we operate on Swan Princess sequel logic, it will destroy.
Only one way to find out, I guess.
What could possibly
Are
go
you
wrong?
sure it's a
Later
good
in the
idea
day.
to be singing this? But yeah, like I said.
And yeah, Glenn Slater wrote some new lyrics for this variation of the song.
Well, nothing happened anyway, so...
Well, maybe that's good, and we should just put it down before something bad
Definitely not
happens.
repeat.
Yeah, let's just sing it again. I'm sure it'll be fine.
The problem is, as you're about to see, when you start singing the song, yeah. that
Oh
happens.
no.
Oh, yes. I believe we're about to get the second song.
What, the death song?
Yes.
Yeah. It's a literal
second.
death song.
Oh god, Gothic Rapunzel.
Oh.
She turned into Maleficent or something.
Nah, not green enough. Well, granted, unless it's the Angelina Jolie version.
So now what?
Evil Rapunzel. Fun.
No, I think she's just high too.
Hi.
And with that,
Yeah,
our
I
episode
guess.
comes to a close.
Yay!
With this pop song.
Are you having fun, kids?
Well, the singer of this
Yeah,
song
well,
is
okay,
apparently.
so-
Yeah, with this fun little
You know-
song at the end, if
know,
you're
it's
watching
like-
on Disney Plus.
Anymore?
You know, it's ironic.
No,
it's
no,
ironic that,
Pedro. I'm talking about the credits song.
You know,
Oh, right.
it's ironic that the first lyrics are "I've got my eyes open wide." We just went into black eyes.
Mhm.
All right, let's get into the next part after a quick intermission.
All right, then. Everyone ready on... Well, Shura and Dwibs, are you guys ready on Zero?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah.
So basically, it'll be when the title sequence ends.
Yes, so the black screen in between when the title screen ends and the proper start of the episode.
All right then. 3, 2, 1, go.
So,
Boy,
yeah.
have different lyrics. I've got the death in my eyes and the fire.
Well, even her hair, technically, because they turned black and
Got
became
the
more
death in my hair.
tentacular, I guess.
I'll kill them all with my hair. I'll tell you down in a terrible
With the
scare.
petroleum in my hair.
And I'm going to
With the
swear.
death in my hair.
Yeah. Fuck. That's her swearing. Yeah. Okay, and go.
Go.
There we go.
Thank you.
Edgy Rapunzel swears.
So, you know what this means,
Yeah.
guys? It might be up to these two goose to save the day. Since
Well, if
We're
we don't
doomed.
get eaten first. Huh? Well, but
I don't know,
I think there are worse ways than dies, so might as well do it with a smile.
I don't know, Shira. She already tried being edgy and even said, I'm edgy. Like when Varderos and seems like it didn't work.
Yeah, but here's the difference. He's actually serious about it this time, and not just being try-hard.
I hate edginess, you clod.
Yeah, Paradot 2022.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh,
What is
yes.
Max's hallucination about?
Alright, looks like it's up to Pascal.
Jesus.
Oh. Demon Pascal.
Jesus,
Oh,
he's
foaming at the
mouth.
Literally.
My God.
You'd think Max has gone rabid.
Meanwhile,
Meanwhile, everyone is dead.
Cue the clip from SpongeBob with
So, yeah,
Mr.
when
Plankton.
Raps
Yes,
starts-
we get it!
So yeah, when Rap starts singing, the magic takes over her and she can't stop. So I guess we need to...
And it's literally
Someone tackle her?
and it's literally sucking away the life force out of people.
Someone tackle her. Adira. Cass.
I mean,
guess
clearly...
Anyone? Shorty? I don't know.
Honestly, Shorty doesn't even seem all that troubled by it. But there you go. Thanks, Adira.
At least the water is not that deep.
and it cleans the hair.
Hooray!
I'll
I don't, think
admit...
the hair, I don't think it was so much dirtiness that was in the hair, Shuri.
That was a joke.
I got the dirt in my hair.
I got trauma in my hair.
I'll
Yeah,
admit...
I'm kind of disappointed they didn't make a darker version of that song.
They kind of did, actually, at the end of the last episode.
Yeah, and as that scene demonstrated, there's actually there's a much secret reason why it about Cass's.
We can explain.
Cass sees her responsibility as to protect Rapunzel, so her failure of doing so, and Adira has to be the one to take care of this. Yeah, of course, kind of bothers her.
Well, yeah, of course.
Well, but this is going to be important for later. So.
I'll admit, I was kind of disappointed the first time I saw this that was kind of the most we got of evil Rapunzel for this episode. Like,
We're actually going to see it again. So.
yeah. However, it's not used in the way I thought it would be, for better or for worse, but more on that later. Yeah, I think enough is enough. Like, I do get Cassandra means well, but it was kind of getting to a point where she was kind of treating Raps like, well, too much of a naive child to make her own decisions. Awkward.
Meanwhile, back in Corona.
Yeah.
Well, it's more of a
No,
flashback.
Well,
but
actually, this is a flashback to us.
why it's always the East Wing?
So yeah, remember when Raps finally got into the kingdom for the first time? It was, of course, Cass who helped her at first.
Because the West Wing. Because Aaron Sorkin took the West Wing.
Oh, so you're a hoarder. So there you go. It was actually Cass who gave her her satchel. Yes, Cass, that's what satchels are for.
That's why they're called satchels. Such lovely times together, but now back to the present.
You're not helping, Eugene.
I mean, he's telling the truth, but
But he's still not helping.
So basically, to quote Fate, just because you're right doesn't mean that you're correct.
hey,
It makes
Whatever
sense in
that means.
context.
Well, at least Shorty's having fun hugging Maximus.
yes, people are not all who they intend to be. As said by Shelley
Eugene.
DeKiller 2002.
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Unusual is putting it lightly.
Plot twist, it's tomorrow.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for when they get back to Corona. It turns out the king and queen have been murdered or something.
On this, because there you go. Make decisions that we're going to disagree with, obviously. So yeah, that feeling of protecting Rapunzel, and now she lost that. So yeah, and here's the award-winning song, everybody.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, that's 3 songs so far.
Yeah, I was just saying for a second there, I thought, hang on, I
I
thought
think
the
you would
award-winning,
count the incantation a song, I guess.
I
the
mean,
award-winning song was
given
the
that's-
friendship song.
Given that soundtracks do count something as minuscule as that a song, yeah, it counts. I mean, hell, Lion King 2019 counted their version of Be Prepared a song.
Not in the credits, Drova.
I don't consider.
But
I
on the
refuse to count it
soundtrack,
as a
they
song.
did.
I refuse.
Also, Alexander the Great? Was that you?
What the heck?
This lore keeps getting confusing, considering, again, geographically, this is still supposed to be in France.
Mm-hmm.
Best case scenario, since we're moving to different territories, and this Dark Kingdom could be Germany, I guess.
But none of them have a French or German accent.
So yeah, that's the song, Waiting in the Wings.
It's one of those cases where you're to assume that everyone who has a normal sounding accent actually sounds French with a French accent in their native language.
I love that verse. And yeah, Ed Espinosa is absolutely brilliant in this song.
Well, yeah, I can imagine this stings a bit.
Will you be quiet? We're trying to sleep.
She's having her Broadway moment.
Plus, you can have it later in the
Oh,
morning.
so you wanted to wait in the wings? Is that it?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
And there you go. We did it. We have an Emmy.
Yeah,
That's great. Now let us go back to sleep.
And it ruined my beauty sleep.
Oh, it was so nice of those guys to
Oh,
wait until the
badgers.
song was over.
I forgot, because I know that he did one. Did the Batman episode Heart of Ice, which did won an Emmy, had a song in it? I don't think so.
I think he won an Emmy for something else too.
Okay. The Emmys are like the Oscars. Wait, hold on. So, if I recall correctly, I feel like are there different categories for Emmys?
Oh, that's what
Well, yeah, it's
Pedro
just like the
said,
Oscar.
what
It's just like
I'm
the
guessing.
Oscars. This particular episode won an Emmy for Best Original Song for Alan Menken.
Well, shit.
It's literally the Oscars, but for TV shows. I mean, I mean, the same thing with the Tonys. There's also the Tony for Best Original Song, Best Original Score, and blah blah blah.
So in that case, Heart of Ice didn't need to have a song to win the Emmy too.
Okay.
Yeah, he probably won an Emmy for something else, like best
Yeah, so
outstanding achievement.
this guy is so cool that his blade is in his wrist.
I forgot
So
that-
he's an assassin.
Well, it's a bit longer. The assassins use more of a dagger-esque.
I forgot which episode it was, Theo, but there was an episode in season 1 who won an Emmy for best achievement in animation.
It was probably Heart of Ice. It was like season 1, episode 17, I think.
Okay, Heart of Ice won the Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Writing in an Animated Program.
Yeah, that's usually what it is. Yeah. There's also one that they usually do for the director, of an episode with like an outstanding achievement or something along those lines. I'll take a look at that.
Fun fact, actually, that episode is the reason Mark Hamill eventually got cast as the Joker. But that's probably for a day when we're actually commentating on that series. Oh.
Whoop. Ow.
Oh! Awkward family reunion.
Well, that we expected.
Sibling quabbles, it happens.
She never forgave him for getting on the furry cause.
Yeah, now my song, I am ready.
As she'll ever be.
I'm done waiting in the wings.
Even though you probably should have, while we're all sleeping.
Huh.
She got K'd.
I've been waiting in the wings to do that.
Focus send.
Yeah.
Cassandra just killed a man.
This is a fatality.
Hold on.
Oh no, not the badgers. Oh no.
Oh, they're gonna eat him.
Is there anyone else who wants to throw himself off this cliff?
There you go.
Not you, Shorty. And
He
thankfully,
survived
thanks
that
to
ball.
You see, Clayton, if you had a blade with you, you probably would not get hanged.
He did have a blade
Yeah,
with it.
get good, Clayton.
I think he tried using a blade. The problem
Yeah.
is that
He used
didn't
it on the
work, I
wrong
guess.
vines.
In a long blast, I what's Tarzan?
Basically, he was cutting up the vines, but he cut the wrong ones.
I saw it recently with Edge, so I can tell you. Yeah.
Oh, that ain't
Bad
good.
choice.
Well, shit.
All just because he took a spear out.
You're gonna doctor facilitate him.
Yeah, here it is. In season 1, Tom Caulfield, one of the show's directors and storyboard artists, won an Emmy for outstanding individual in animation for his storyboarding specifically.
But Tiri, he's not being dragged into the afterlife.
Not yet.
Yeesh. Yeah, pleased to meet you too.
Wow, the beanstalk has gone through a lot lately.
Actually, we haven't checked who voices,
Hector.
the Beast Tamer guy.
And all on the same
Yeah.
day. Let's see. Esther, who plays Hector? Let's see.
Kim Coates.
Oh, I already remember that name. I think we
Wait.
mentioned that recently.
Is he descended from Claude Coates, perchance?
Well, his wife's named Diana Chappelle Lee Coates. I can't remember what way around.
Oh.
He's from Canada, and
Oh, here it is, Jova. You talked about before about the outstanding writing for an animated program award that Batman got. The season 2 opener of this show also got that.
That looks like fun.
Dirty trick by the hook.
ow.
I get the feeling the Emmys are definitely much more rewarding of merit than the Oscars are, clearly, based on what I'm seeing here.
I'm sure they have their upsets as well, too.
Oh, I'm
They
sure
definitely,
do. I'm sure
definitely
do, but
feels less as a popularity contest.
yeah, it definitely does feel like it's not as bad as the Oscars, at least.
My guess would be probably because the Emmys aren't as gatekept.
So yeah, Rapunzel's going to use the Moon song.
Or Raps can use it. No?
I mean,
Okay.
Exeter just raised a good point. Why don't they try that?
It's just gonna be evil again.
Well,
Eh.
no, I'm talking about her getting the spear.
I'm guessing she's thinking that at this point the plant has grown way too much for just one spear to handle this.
I mean, it would have taken all of a couple of seconds to try.
Or worse, pass on to her.
I know, right?
Don't think it will require too much energy.
Like,
I
okay,
guess
story-wise, I know why they're doing this, but it does feel a bit forced knowing where it's going with that. That being said,
Ugh.
like I said, I really do kind of wish we could have gotten legit evil Rapunzel because, yeah, no, she's relatively in control this time.
I guess it's because experience from the first time, I guess. Oh yeah, there you go. She still can't stop.
Oh, she's Jean Grey, I guess.
That's okay. That guy can just.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Jesus.
Yes, you are friend is right. Thank you, subtitles.
Disney Plus, you've screwed us again with your subtitles.
But wait, that's where we've been trying to go the whole time. Also, how are we coming back home after this? If this is supposedly the only way.
Oh. Okay.
I'm sure they'll
It's
be
okay.
fine.
And don't worry, I'm sure Adira knows what she's doing. Though.
Also, be careful not to get your hair caught on that, Rapunzel.
That's okay. Her hair is stronger than the rocks.
No. Like, the problem is if her hair gets caught in there. Oh, look, now the tree's gone, which means it's now just about of leaping over it.
The real reason they couldn't have Cassandra use the spear is because they spent all this money on the animation and they didn't want it to go to waste.
Hey, look, they're alive.
Adira's just that much of a badass.
And then they turn around and eat Adira. No.
It's literally charcoal. How do you think?
Am I going to have to get this amputated?
Just as long as it doesn't get gangrene.
And cauterize it as well.
I mean, we're at this point, might as well go ahead.
The Illuminati triangle?
Do-do-do-do-do-do.
And there we go. New outfit.
Yeah. What's with the Star Wars music?
Alright, new action figure to sell.
Yeah.
She got toys now.
Buy the traumatized Rapunzel doll
Hey,
today.
speaking of Star
Hey,
Wars,
I said
let's
I
walk
am
into
going
the
to
new
it.
sunrise.
Again, what's with the John Williams Star Wars?
Hey, I said I am going, not you.
Well, I get the feeling.
Oh my god, the music! Yay.
Wow, appropriate music!
It's not the super peppy one.
It's funny because the super peppy one literally happens right after the reveal
Again,
of
that's
Dark
because Regiment
Rapunzel.
was not supposed to be split
It's kind of like what happened. It's kind of like what happened in the in that finale where in the season 1 where Varian swears revenge, and instead of playing the pop song, they instead play a dark, ominous tune in the credits. So.
But yeah, that was Rapunzel and the Great Deku Tree. So.
But the Great Deku Tree was destroyed completely. How am I supposed to return to the dungeon to get any unclaimed treasures now?
Wow, this really was like the Great Deku Tree, right down to its death.
You should have saved the game before you destroyed the tree.
At the very least, there were no giant spiders, so I'm very glad about that.
Anyway, I think it's a good episode. My only qualm is that I do feel like the conflict between Cassandra and Rapunzel is a bit forced, honestly. And like Tio mentioned, there were other ways that they could have at least tried to solve it here and there. But aside from that, animation's good, the songs are good. And hey, again, Dark Rapunzel. I wish we could have done more with Dark Rapunzel. Heck, maybe even potentially have her be legit evil Rapunzel. But alas.
I feel like if they went full-blown in making Rapunzel, probably there would be a bit much of a backlash, probably.
Well, that sure did, Pedro. Potential backlash has not stopped them from doing some other weird stuff with the show.
I guess.
Anyway, the next episode is...
Brothers Hook.
Yes.
Yeah, it's time to reunite it with Hook and...
Yes.
Yeah.
See ya.
Yeah.